So if I was to ask you what do you think the Arsenal team is missing in the Premier League, you'd probably tell me a striker. Well, they've finally signed a striker called Lucas Perez. I'm kidding, Lucas Perez. In player analysis, we're going to have a look if he is the solution to Arsenal's striker problems.
I think I'd be better off all alone.
What's up guys, and welcome to JNO United, bringing the best in football news, entertainment and games. And today it's time for another player analysis, and today we're looking at Lucas Perez, who Arsenal have bought from Deportivo La Coruna. But before we get into that, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe, like the video if you happen to see player analysis still on the channel, and let's get into the stats. Now, Arsenal bought Lucas Perez for his release clause, 20 million euros, which is about £17.1 million. What they have got for their money seems to be a player on the rise, slowly getting better and better. If we start with the 2014-2015 season and work towards the present, we can see he had 20 appearances for Deportivo in that season, grabbing himself 6 goals and 3 assists. Now that's not too bad for 20 appearances, but sometimes you think, I'd like a bit more from a player, but you have to realise he was playing for Deportivo, not the best club in the Liga BBVA as far as I'm aware, so they may not have been getting as many chances as other teams in the Liga BBVA. He had a shots per game ratio of 2.3 shots per game, getting himself 1.1 key passes per game. He didn't set the world on light as far as average rating goes, 6.69 being okay, but not the most amazing thing you've ever seen. But if we move on to the 2015-2016 season, you can see why Arsenal have signed him. In 35 appearances, he managed to get 17 goals and 8 assists. That means he was involved in 25 goals in total. Now that isn't a bad return, especially playing for the club he was playing for. His shots per game went up to 2.8 shots per game, and his key passes went up to 2 key passes per game. So you're looking at him getting around 3 chances on goal and around 2 key passes to teammates in a game. And his average rating reflected that, getting 7.1 on his average rating, which is an improvement on the season before. Now this season, now he's signed for Arsenal, he only actually played 1 game for Deportivo this season. But in that game, he bagged himself an average rating of 8.08, getting 1 goal and 1 assist. In that game, he had 3 shots on goal and he had 3 key passes, showing the kind of player he could become. And now he's going to Arsenal with the likes of Sanchez and Ozil around him. He could potentially be a player that does really well in the Premier League and fits into that Arsenal side. Now the strengths in his game are quite interesting. He is very strong at key passes, especially for a forward. Now that could mean he gets lots of assists with the likes of Sanchez, Walcott running through. He's also actually very strong on the ball, which means he can hold the ball up quite well, which means he can give his teammates time to come up and support him. And to add to that, he's also known for being quite good at long shots, which means we could see the spectacular from him this season. His weaknesses: he isn't very good at aerial duels, which kind of makes him fit into that Arsenal attacking lineup anyway. And apparently he's not very good with his defensive contribution, but I don't think Arsenal are looking for that kind of striker anyway. I mean, really, who is looking for a defensive striker? Apparently an aspect of his game is he does like to drift wide and then cut inside. So we could see a fluid front attacking line with Lucas Perez leading the line. I think at 17.1 million, Arsene Wenger must be expecting to start him. Now what that means is he could be a very good early impact player to bring in. Again, I'm not the type of fantasy Premier League manager to bring in a player I've not seen play in the Premier League, but the signs there from his last season at Deportivo that he could have an impact in that Arsenal side. What it does mean though is that Oliver Giroud probably isn't an option anymore, I imagine. I imagine Lucas Perez is his direct replacement, although we know Arsene Wenger does like to rotate his strikers, so Oliver Giroud may come in when he feels like he needs that aerial threat in the box. Coming in at 8.5 million, it also means he's cheaper than Giroud, but the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to go for someone in the Arsenal side when you could pick Ozil or Alexis Sanchez? Now, personally, I think until it's proven otherwise, you can't really overlook the Ozil and Sanchez options if you're looking for an Arsenal player. Now, it may be the fact that you've already picked someone like Eden Hazard or Kevin De Bruyne, so you can't really afford Alexis Sanchez or Mesut Ozil. Then Lucas Perez may be a very viable option for your sides. Anyway guys, in the comments down below, let me know what you think of Lucas Perez joining Arsenal for 17.1 million. Are you considering him for your side? Are you going to watch him? Are you going to just ignore him thinking you've got Ertz or Sanchez, so there's no need to worry? For those of you that like my FPL content more than all the other stuff, make sure to smash that like button for the FPL videos. I've been JNO, you've been awesome, and remember, it's all about the game.